PCS. And finally, I need also to get this out of the way. The state of Mulembe Nation coming together is something that you've always wanted for a long time. It looks about a week or so ago when you joined hands with Moses Wetangula. The president has been making inroads in Western Kenya, done trips there, several of them. What is the status? Do you believe Mulembe Nation can be galvanized behind your government?
Yes, they can, and they will be. One thing I must state here is that we are seeing a greater sense of unity in that region. We, and when I say we, I'm talking specifically of myself, Mombasa Mudavadi, and Moses Wetangula, made a deliberate decision that we wanted to change direction for the people of Western Kenya. They had been clamoring that they wanted to be in government. They had been in opposition for a long time. And we made a decision that has placed them in a better situation within the government. They are not in the opposition per se. Now, we want to leverage on that. And one of the classic examples I can give you is that immediately after the presidential visit to Western Kenya, where he was there for 1 week, even had a cabinet decision in cabinet meeting in Western Kenya, there has been a follow-up of a sugar conference for the region. And Mr. Ken, as we speak, there's a special sitting lined up for Parliament, I think tomorrow, or at least next week. And one of the key issues that they're discussing is the Treasury presentation of privatization, which focuses on the sugar industry. Now, that is going to make a big change, because for the first time, Parliament will now be making a decision to actually approve the write-off of debts that have been crippling the sugar industry. So 18 million people of the Western region, that is all the way from Migori up to Trans Nzoia, who have been affected by the collapse of the sugar industry, a lifeline is being put on the table. So that is an extremely significant development, and that is why there's every reason to support this government. And the function that was in Kakamega on the sugar industry was actually co-chaired by the governor of Kakamega, Fernandes Baraza. Irrespective of his political persuasion, we are saying that we want to work together and bring the economy of our people above the drowning level.
As an experienced politician PCS, 40-60, 50-50, 30-70, where do you see Mulembe Nation falling?
Where do I see Mulembe Nation falling, in what context?
50-50. Right now, Raila Odinga has majority of Western Kenya. You want to reduce that gap and eventually capture it. In the last election,
I think Ken, you see, I've been saying that there's people are refusing to see what is happening in the country. These are the guys who are living in self-denial. You can see very rapidly the legislators, irrespective of their party, are embracing cooperation and working with the government. So it is completely, it defeats logic to continue thinking that these people are on the other side.
Okay.
The reality is they are now working with the government. I can even give you the example of Honorable Kanchori in Kajiado. He has made a very categorical statement that elections are behind us. People must move on.
A statement that we hear from a lot of governors, and the constitution envisaged where the government, national government must work with the county government. But let me ask you as a final question on this. Is this, with your experience as a politician, an experienced politician who began when you are below 30 years old, is this good for democracy that everyone works with the government, or is it retrogressive, in your opinion, as an experienced politician?
There is nothing wrong in working with the government. That does not take away your right to critique the government. There are two different issues.
Okay.
Working with the government is perfectly in order, and criticizing the government is another issue. Now, the Constitution says that the national government and the county government shall work because some of the programs they have are either joint or concurrent.
Okay.
The functions are there. And even then there's the Intergovernmental Relationship Act, which brings county governments' leadership together with the national government.
Okay.
And the chair of the Intergovernmental Relationship Committee is the president himself. So there's a legal framework already which envisages cooperation.
Okay. One of the areas that you're being graded upon, PCS